Okay. Um, Similar enough not to scare reviewers, and that's really important. Social science is actually kind of a conservative profession in that regard. People don't like to be surprised too much. So it's grounded in other studies people have done about how audiences respond maybe to trends in headline writing. Um, Long time ago, it was popular to write headlines without nouns. So they went like capture suspect in robbery or something like that. So earlier studies, maybe 20, 30 years ago, compared headline styles like that to the ones that we might think of as more natural. So in that sense, it's very much kind of in the mainstream of how we do audience reception of media routines. It's a little bit novel in that nobody had ever looked at the harder to quantify things, like the things we'd like to think there's a value added to it, but we have no way of measuring it in the way, some newspaper companies are going in this kind of direction where they measure how good you are by how many words you wrote that day. If all your words are "the," that's really good because you can write a lot of "the." We were looking more interesting, and I think what sets this apart is its ability to talk about to put some numbers on the non-quantifiable parts of journalism, and the things that, we'd like to make an argument in the future that a really professional product doesn't just count words, doesn't just count photos, counts the way things come together. In the photo line, might be a little bit more of an interest to you. There's anecdotal stuff, although not research, that suggests there's a lot of value in keeping professionals around in the interest of maintaining your credibility. For example, newspaper runs a photo of cute kids at a protest for library funding. It turns out that photo was of the kids of the person who organized the rally. People don't always see that when they see a photo, but when they hear about it later, they have a little bit of lingering suspicion about the paper. Well, the paper's going to run anything as long as you put your cute kids into it. Does that affect how they report about protest or about local taxes or about library funding? So the ways we look at the bits of value that you don't see in the TV shows or the movies, I think that's a real contribution of it.